Hi-ho, everybody. I'm your host, Fido. I've got Powie.
Powie.
Tell them how you do it.
It's a rock and roll all night and journal every day.
Celebrating the fun of being
a Kiss fan.
It's a year-long guide.
A year-long guide to celebrating being a Kiss fan. And gosh darn it, so are we. And this is a Kiss t-shirt. Thank you.
And so is this. Thank you. Today's selection is the Hot in the Shade tour. And, anyway, to circle back to this, if you don't have a copy of Rick's book, it's all for you, Demon. He's got you covered. Go to his YouTube channel, follow the links, go to Amazon, get this puppy. It's a great book.
Look! It's rock and roll!
All right, let's get right into it, shall we?
Get into it.
Now that we've addressed our shirts. Wait, let's talk a little bit about yours. What's the deal with this shirt?
The D-Man got me this. And this is actually, I can say it's quite the knockoff of when we went to Dodger Stadium, the shirts that I bought Pat. I bought my friend Pat a shirt that had Kiss in Dodger uniforms. And I think this is like, it came off of that because they did it for every city, Boston.
Kiss has a shirt for every team in the MLB.
Every Major League Baseball team. But the first one was the Dodgers one. The Dodgers, when they played Dodger Stadium, is a picture of Kiss.
1998.
1998.
On what would be...
The Psycho Circus tour.
Yeah,
it was the kickoff, man.
It's not here. I could have did a little tie-in.
The program's over there.
But, anyway, that's the deal there.
Let's get off on it.
Let's do it. Welcome to episode 7 of Hey Man, Nice Kiss Shirt. And let's get into week 7 with February 12th. It's 1978. Do you take your Wallace Kiss pens and pencils or Stuart Hall notebooks to school? Or do you keep them at home as part of your Kiss collection?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I took them. Albeit I was late to the party, I took the Dynasty ones to school. I remember Bruce Hardy said, "Your band is going down the tubes," in 79.
Bruce Hardy said that?
He did. He told me that. He said, "Your band is going down the tubes." And I was like, yeah.
Wow. That's harsh.
It is.
That's harsh.
But I had the Dynasty ones.
So in 79?
Yeah, it's late 78, early 79s, or 70, when the Dynasty photos came out with Ace and oh my God. I flaunted those notebooks.
Our good buddy Bruce Hardy,
Bruce.
Ahead of the curve on that.
Well ahead.
Yeah,
and
at least a year ahead of the curve.
I did not have the 78 stuff, the Scholastic supplies that I needed as a Kiss fan.
You mean the Stuart Hall notebooks?
Exactly.
The Unobtainium Ace Frehley notebook?
The Unobtainium.
What It's All For You Demon says about Ace gear, take it from a couple of old timers. It was just like that in the 70s too.
Upsidasium.
The last Mego Kiss doll to be found was Ace. Okay, so, and I always like to read what I wrote. If I jotted, I said, I would take everything that would fit in a satchel or a backpack to school. 45s, my Spencer's mini posters, never to be returned. Notebooks I would use. Pencils very rarely. So, yeah, I didn't like sharpening Kiss pencils. But school was a constant, sneaky show and tell. Always bring your shit to school. Probably the first or second day that you had it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's ridiculous.
I couldn't wait. I could not wait to bring it in. Unfortunately, it was Dynasty stuff. It was a year later, but it was... I couldn't wait. It was, wait till they see my Kiss.
Yeah. I remember bringing it, like, show and tell would involve a record. Somebody go to AV and check out a record player, and kids would be playing stuff all the time. And
you know what?
They never confiscated I mean, that Spencer's, the mini poster
You're
pin-up thing.
you're much younger than I, very much, and
How much younger am I?
I don't know. I was told there'd be no math. I took a Cheech and Chong album to school for show and tell. I played Earache in my eye, and I got in trouble.
You got sent to the office for Cheech and Chong.
Yes.
Well, I think it's 4 years. Yeah, you're 4 years my senior.
See, comprende.
But yeah, that kind of
yeah.
We have a similar approach to bringing your kiss shit to school for sure, and that kind of folds into the next question. February 13th. February.
It's February.
So are we going to take turns of reading these questions now because you're my guest?
I'll read the question. I have to take my glasses off because were you scared of Kiss as a child? What haunted memories of Kiss still live in your head? Well, no haunted memories of Kiss still live in my head. If they do, fuck me, I'm dead. But yeah, I gotta sheepishly admit that it's like during the day, I was all about Kiss, looking at scrapbooks. I remember Dave Hecht's brother. My sister was dating a guy named Dave Hecht. His brother Bob gave me a Kiss scrapbook of all the stuff from like 75. Hit Parader stuff.
That he made?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Gave it to me and I put it on my wall. And then at night, I got frightened and I tore it all down like a dumbass. Like a dumbass.
Yeah. God, I wish you still had that.
I still do too. Thank you, Bob, wherever you may be. But man, he fed my Kiss addiction.
Fear is what started this whole train rolling. Being scared. I mean, I sort of knew they were a band. I was 2.5. But the scary was when Gene stalked out onto the stage on the Mike Douglas show. And it was just, he was fucking walking weird. He was looking weird, talking weird. What is this thing? And just doing those like circles, getting close to the TV, and then they'd do a zoom on Gene, and I'd run away from the TV, and then I'd run back to it, and they, just scared shitless, yeah. And the jolt of adrenaline, going to the fair store in the South Flint Plaza and seeing a Live 2, and then flipping it over, and that fucking bloody Gene. That's some good primal fear right
Shout
there.
out to D-Man who gave me this shirt. His sister was afraid of Gene, and I think she ruined some of his Kiss memorabilia as well. D-Man, love you, dude.
Yeah, I said something in here like flip over Live 2 for the first time.
Oh.
Yeah, through any music mag in the store, I'd be stopped dead in my tracks with another crazy image of Gene. Gene just rolling his eyeballs back in people or whatever. Funny how the Bat Lizard Demon pretty much single-handedly prevented Ace, Peter, or Paul from ever scaring me. Seriously, there was nothing scary about the rest of Kiss.
Exactly, yeah.
Gene was, what the hell is going on?
Are we going back to the next February 14th?
Yes. Okay, this was fun. This was some contention here.
Quite a bit.
Okay, happy VD.
Happy Valentine's Day.
We hope you all had one of those. This is obviously taping a couple of days later.
We love each other.
But he's not my Valentine.
That's right.
My Valentine is you. Hey, man. Nice Kiss shirt, Valentine.
Create a top 10 list of Kiss love songs.
Okay. This, like I said, we kind of went back and forth on this.
Kinda.
But I think we all agree on these. Love theme. Going Blind. Beth. I Still Love You. Every Time I Look at You. Forever. I Was Made for Loving You. Shandy. I'd Fight Hell to Hold You. Love Her All I Can. We took off.
Oh, we took it off.
And then Tomorrow Makes 10.
That's another. We took that off too.
We didn't take off tomorrow, did we? There's You're All That I Want. We ruled that one out. You Love Me to Hate You gets an honorable mention.
Hold Me, Touch Me.
Well, and is that a Paul song or is it a Kiss song?
You decide.
You make the call.
Make the call.
You make the call. So yeah, I mean, but like the one that didn't get mentioned, I think I kind of associate these both as like non-makeup Paul. Just I fucking love Fight Hell to Hold You and Love Me to Hate You. He just kills those songs.
Did we put Every Time I Look at You?
Yeah, that's a solid one. Brian was kind of going at it like a love song has to be ballady. It has to be
slow,
syrupy and slow and sweet and whatever.
I mean, if it comes down to brass tacks, we can put Love Gun in there.
But I mean, you know, there's no lyric. I mean, you know, I insisted on Love Theme. So, Going Blind, it's a weird love song, but it's still a love song. Some of the ones that got the axe, Anything for My Baby, Brian, what's your take on that?
That wasn't mine.
I know. Why did we rule it out?
It's too happy, poppy, jumpy, rock and roll.
Which is why we also took Love Her All I Can off the list.
Love Her All I Can. It's like, that's not, I mean, it's a love, he loves the girl, but I mean, it's right?
Don't do that because I think it's bad. I think it's bad. I don't know. But I mean, somehow I Was Made for Loving You made the cut, despite it's the same coke fueled dance floor throbber.
Yes.
But okay, so there you go. There's your 10 love songs.
What are you gonna do?
Argue with us in the comments, please.
Did we put Forever? We did.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Okay. This is the fun one.
This is going to be super fun.
This is fun.
I promise.
This is February 15th. Create a Kiss breakfast cereal. What kind of cereal would it be? What flavor would it be? Any extras, etc. What Kiss toy would be included? What would the box look like? What would you name this cereal? So you said you had a couple of toys in mind. I'm just going to have some riffing on this. But
I had like Kiss Crunch, and it would be...
Was it called Kiss Crunch?
Yes, I called it Kiss Crunch.
Okay.
It was in my head. I didn't write it down and I didn't send it to you. But it's like the Kiss Crunch would be like, mostly...
Crunch with a K, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Puffs of corn, with the...
What did you... Puffs of corn.
Puffs of corn. With a little sugar, of course. And then, the little stars and a little demon, like Sam
the Serpent?
Sam the Serpent. And a lightning bolt for Ace, of course, like the talisman. Exactly. And a star. Or like Gene Simmons' Demon Seeds. There's those.
Seeds.
But I mean, I didn't come up with everything. I mean, I just came up with an overall Kiss Crunch.
Yeah.
And surprises inside would be like, the first one would obviously be like a 45 that you cut off of the box.
Yep, like the back of it. Yeah,
like the back.
Exactly.
And,
we both realmed into that one.
Now you go.
Did you miss anything?
I said
like,
Kiss Crunch.
What was the flavor?
What was the flavor?
Yeah.
Probably be fruity because of Paul.
Purple, would there be purple Paul Mallows?
Purple Paul Stars, Little Star Children, Marshmallow.
So, okay, but otherwise it would be like, what would the shape of the cereal?
I said, it would be like corn puffs.
Okay, it'd be puffs.
Puffs, and you get the little real sugary things, like with the little designs.
Can you actually, as a prize, can you put candy in a box of cereal?
I don't know.
I don't know if you
did. We ever get that? But I was just thinking like a toy cardboard love gun inside,
right,
or whatever.
Yeah, you got to have the love gun on the box. cut out, and like Brian said, have the little
45.
45. You can, make sure to tape that down with some Scotch tape and use plenty of pennies to play that one. But I wanted
Kiss
to.
record player.
Oh yeah, there you
On
go.
the Kiss record player.
That's exactly where you'd put
A Kiss 45.
from the back of Kiss Crunch.
But you do it.
My cereal is Devereaux.
Devereaux.
They would be O-shaped because Mad Scientist doesn't really translate to a fucking. It would be a corn, wheat, rice. It would be like Rice Chex, but it would be just like all of those.
All of you.
And like covered in sugar. It would be. It would taste like Quangeroos because I love the orange flavor of Quangeroos that calls to me from the tongue of my youth.
Quisp and Quake.
I do, and when they came out with Quake or Quisp again, I was pretty happy.
It was Quisp and Quake.
Some mouth ripping, but they didn't re-release Quake.
No, they did not.
But they never released Quangeroos. But anyway, that's what it would taste like. Marshmallows shaped like cybernetic wolf heads and talisman. I know I said that I don't have any artistic merit and I wouldn't doodle in my book, but yeah, there's your.
You did.
There's your friggin'.
You doodle.
There's your talisman.
But what about the individual Kiss cereals?
Oh, the individual Kiss cereals would
Yes,
be.
you did.
Yeah, so there's Devereaux, and then but you have to say it like Devereaux. And then Gene Cinnamons. Yeah. Paul Branley. Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Crispies.
And I have the commercial for this. Peter and Paul sitting at a table at Starbucks. And Peter says, "Holy crap, Paul, what are these corn puffs covered with lightly sugared?"
You're going deep, man.
I'm going deep.
Going deep. If anybody out there knows who Brian Walsby is, huge shout out to Brian Walsby. Artist, cartoonist, Kiss fan. Just look him up. Maybe just Google Brian Walsby, Peter Criss. You'll get the joke.
I can't believe how good these are, man.
I don't even know if we're enough minutes into the podcast to spew the profanity that we're so dying to spew.
Did I?
Like
I
so
not.
much Simmons blood. I'd love to. I just like cussing.
I
like cussing.
'Cause cussing can make you mine.
Okay, so yeah, aside from the record on the back, some of the toy prizes you might get inside, a backstage pass, black sunglasses, make you look just like a queen, tattoos, and of course the love gun. And I think it'd be cool to just do like little scaled down things like there's two types of booklets in the originals. There's a smaller one, and it'd be cool to have like a small little booklet.
I did not have the originals, so my bad. I wanted it.
Buttons, I mean, who doesn't want to put a Kiss button on?
Jagged metal piece inside.
Do not eat. Do not taunt Happy Fun Ball. February 16th.
My mama's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, this one's for you, Fran.
Oh, okay, Mom.
Let's raise a glass to
Let's raise a glass to
the
me.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. She gave, she let me have me Kiss addiction, so
yeah,
good on you.
Must be said, not a sponsor of the pod, but Kiss Cold Gin. Would you like to hold it?
I'd like to hold it.
You hold it. I'll drink the rest of it. All right, so here we are. This one, man, this could go on too long as well.
We could.
February 16th. In your opinion, what is the heaviest Kiss song? How does this song compare to most other Kiss songs, in your opinion? So I wrote, and this is just, this is one that I wanted to talk over with Brian and just kind of riff on extemporaneously.
Which we didn't do.
Which we're about to.
Oh, yeah.
Because I only wrote down God of Thunder, Larger Than Life, and Parasite.
I'm not going to argue with you on God of Thunder for sure, because in 1976, with headphones, that song,
dude,
slays.
Dude.
Heaviness.
Yeah.
Personified.
Certain things want to make you join the Kiss Army. And for me, those two things were Great Expectations, the song, and God of Thunder, the song. That, you're right though, dude. Destroyer on headphones. Nowadays, I can't say that it's in my favorite. It's not in my top 3 Kiss albums.
No, but
man, it was the first one I bought with my own money, and there's some magic in that thing right there.
You said larger than life. I say almost human.
Almost human. See, and I had forgotten that one, and I was not forgotten, but I wasn't giving myself enough time to think. I was thinking, like Killer's heavy, like Fits Like a Glove is heavy. That tritone in the riff is heavy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that make a song heavy.
But I always thought 100,000 Years.
100,000 Years is heavy.
Whoop ass.
A live version of that, a live version of Watching You.
Mm-hmm.
Scary. I mean, that's heavy. Scary again with Gene, with Kiss being scary or Gene being scary. But that's heavy, man. That's what makes the shit heavy.
Parasite just kicks ass.
I like the opening, man. It's like, the chorus opens up and gets a little different, but when the first time you drop the needle on All the Way, all right, so, what is the heaviest, though?
God. Even fucking War Machine.
That's heavy. Yeah.
War Machine's heavy. And the drum sound that they got on Creatures is just fable.
I Love It Loud is heavy.
Love It Loud is heavy.
That one, that's a clobberer that I'm surprised it took us this long to mention.
Exactly.
I Love It Loud is ridiculously heavy.
Absolutely. Jeez. Gosh, we could go on and on.
I know.
What's your...
Yeah,
what is it?
That's a cop-out. Just sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments, please, and tell us what the heaviest Kiss song is, because lordy. I Stole Your Love is just straight up ass whoop.
Making Love is one that I just turn up. I cannot hear Making Love in a vehicle when I'm driving. No, I will get a speeding ticket.
Mr. Speed.
That makes it. See, that's not a heavy song, but.
No, I'm saying you get a speeding ticket.
I do think, and maybe I'm jumping ahead to some question that Rick asks later in this excellent book, but that's like the quintessential Paul song to me. Mr. Speed just got those suspended chords. It's Paul, man.
Swagger.
Anyway, we're getting off track. What is the heaviest Kiss song?
Can you name one? We named, 18? It's like... There's no answer for this. The heaviest Kiss song.
I just nostalgia.
Strange Ways. We didn't even put Strange Ways.
Strange Ways
heavy.
The way it ends, the first time you hear. I hope some of you people out there remember. I know I have a freakishly good memory, but like the first time you hear Strange Ways end, it's just like, what? It's over? Like you just want it to. You're just like captured in a spell, and it ends. It's like, wow, it's so much heaviness here. What are we even talking about? But the flams coming in larger than life, the way those cymbals compress, like it's just sound of that song is so heavy.
It's rock and roll.
I just think, you know, as fucking nostalgic as I am, like, Alive, you know, that's what the album I got first, and so the heaviness that's built into hearing Watching You and 100,000 Years, and Do You Feel Right, like when the guitars come in after the drum solo, that's like mind-splittingly heavy. So is that my criterion? Do I go back to like 4-year-old me? Because everything was so much heavier when you're 4. But man, this might be a stumper. The heaviest Kiss song.
It's a stumper.
I'm shocked. Stunned. I can't come up with it. Stunned.
I'm stunned.
Shocked and stunned.
Let's move, Ed.
All right. God of
Thunder. You know, and I mean, I wouldn't argue.
Parasite,
Almost Human. With bongos, no less.
Yeah. Ooh,
Shout out to
the grunts and the...
Shout out to Resi Orenji.
Oh man,
he loves the bongos on anything.
But yeah,
He's a bongo fury.
There's a pod that doesn't get. I'm not even sure if it's just Resi Orenji's channel, but because his content is not exclusively Kiss, but he's done deep dives on the Elder.
Means no.
He's done some really good. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about
Kiss.
Kiss.
Yeah. The whole fall of Kiss.
Yeah,
the rise and fall.
He's done great work. Go
Resi Orenji.
Yeah, go sub. I'll throw his name up, or I'll throw a link up.
Do that. I'm a big fan, by the way.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah, I know. Kiss and No Means No are like the first thing I know. I was like, how is this the same dude? But I mean, we're the same dude. We love those bands too. That's what's cool about being a Kiss fan, is that you're not, you know, men cannot live on bread alone, nor kiss. But anyway, okay, we're moving on. There's just too many freaking heavy songs.
That's what they told me.
February 17th. List all the ways Kiss makes life more fun. Does any other band incite the same emotion? Or elicit whatever you're... Sorry, I'm being all...
I can say maybe the Beatles, for me, can elicit that kind of... Wow, look at them!
Well, just the fun. Like, do the Beatles make life more fun?
Well, the music does.
Music in general does that.
Yeah.
But I think what we're getting at here, and this is the reason it's all for you, Demon Rules, is because, like, he understands, like, there's so many, like quote unquote goofy or cheesy ways to have fun with Kiss just in your daily life. Just, I don't know.
The way I think of it is just hearkening back to those thrilling days of yesteryear when we were kids and we would just look at the albums and just, that's all we had. We didn't have massive media and YouTube where you could look up a video. It's like you had to conjure this in your mind. This is what Kiss looks like. This is what they sound like. You
didn't have to conjure it. You got to conjure it. You were given the gift of conjuring an imagination. That's a huge way. But I was thinking about what you said about, like, you know, the Gene and the Scary and things of like I didn't see, you know, you hear about it, you see like still photos, but I didn't see Gene spit blood until 79. And didn't see it up close until, I don't know, 80, mid-80s, like 85.
I always thought that the fire breathing was a lie, because in the album cover or in the album photos, the fire would be coming out. It'd be squared off when they put the photo, you know, they photoshopped, sort of. They never got a shot of like Gene spitting fire, you know. So I always thought it was fake. I was like, they're not really doing that. They can't. I saw a guy do it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, but yeah, the pic, like that one photo that gets shared a lot of Gene standing on top of the taxi cab, spitting a fireball. But yeah, like all these things were kind of like abstractions to us, like because you just didn't actually, like I said, until I went to that Dynasty show,
to witness it.
You never saw a kiss with your own eye. It's just seeing them with your own eyes. It's like,
And I mean, yeah, it was like even going to see him is 83, early 83. It was like January 7th, 1983 in Saginaw, and seeing him live, and that was with Vinny. And I was really pissed off about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Vinny was going to be with them.
Yeah.
I knew Eric was with them, but I didn't know Vinny. And I was like, okay. But still, Gene breathed fire. It's like, and he, oh, yeah. You know.
Well, all right.
And he was flying up, and I was like, this is it. These guys are really going out and busting their ass to make a show. And it's like, it always stuck with me. It's just their commitment to giving you your money's worth, the bang for your buck.
Yeah, playing to the back of the room. All the ways. That's just such a deep, I mean, that's, okay, but what I wrote, there are countless ways this book proves it. Kind of like I just said, like, Rick finds, supposedly mundane bits to write about, and goes in this book, and it just allows goofs like us to spool on it. But I mean, this is all just inner dialogues that every Kiss fan has ever had, always. But I went on to say, Kiss can enter my mind with no conscious prompting. They're just like so there. They're just like
omnipresent.
Yeah. Second part's kind of a piece of cake for me. I mean, you mentioned, does any other band elicit the same emotion? You mentioned the Beatles. I mean, I love the Beatles. I love Cheap Trick, but like in terms of like, I can just be doing something in my day and think of like maybe the way I'm doing it or this or that has something to do with something Gene said in an interview about having a work ethic or being a stranger in a strange land or what, you know what I mean? It's like,
well, even I watched Help yesterday, the Beatles movie.
That was the first time you saw it, right?
That was the first time I ever saw the whole thing. And there was a scene where they went into a rock. The door was inside of a big boulder, and they go down, and it's like, oh, it looks just like Chamber of Thrills. It's fucking Kiss.
Yeah. Kiss is only a thought away.
February 18th.
Yeah. And what's our question today?
What is your favorite track from the debut Kiss album? Why? And I want to say the same thing. And I don't want to...
The same thing that I said?
Yep. Because it is.
It is?
It is.
That's cool. When you find out your buddy likes the same song you do.
Because Let Me Know is just the quintessential Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, rock and roll, busted out. Gene sings the verse that, of course, we all know. We talked about it, Sunday Driver. Gene sings the first verse, and then Paul just busts with the bridge. It's so badass. It's just off the first album. And
it's like, it's a perfect pilot. I mean, it's so short. What is it, like it's not, I don't even know if it's 3 minutes.
It's just a quick shot of love. And I mean, you could go into like Kissing Time. Well, Gene, Paul, Peter sing that. It's not even a Kiss song. Whatever.
I'm not going to participate in the Kissing Time hate.
I don't either. I've been defending it because I thought the solo was kick ass. But I mean, if you want to be a purist about it, Kissing Time wasn't even on the first album.
I don't, my copy doesn't have it.
It's like
original, my first copy doesn't have it.
I think it's both our favorite songs. And I mean, there's so many great songs on the first album. It's like fucking, Black Diamond, for gosh sakes. How could you not? for some reason, just let me know, just throws it out there. It's rock and roll. It's Gene. It's Paul. It's just a rocker. It makes me happy.
Yep. It's very, it's key to history. Man, I just, like you said, there's a lot of bangers. Love Theme, pretty unpopular song among most who love who love the debut. I love it.
Acrobat.
Yeah.
In the pantheon.
What do you prefer though? Like Acrobat, much too young, or
Acrobat is the precursor to Detroit Rock City, in my opinion. I mean,
yeah, I guess we're digressing if we start to unpack like pre first album stuff. But man, I mean the guitar solo on Strutter. Remember WABX used to play the shit out of Strutter, and that's first time I remember really like paying attention when the guitar solo came around, hearing Strutter on the radio.
And everybody, you can go Deuce. Strutter was the first song off the album.
Deuce is the high point.
Deuce.
One of the high points of seeing Kiss live. Man, you feel cheated if you don't get Deuce. But yeah, I think it's cool that we both like stand pretty firm on "Let Me Know."
I say "Let Me Know," man, just because it's a great rock and roll song, man.
Fuck yeah! All right, did we actually do this? Did we?
We did not.
I'm not gonna. This was all a dream. It was a damn fine dream. But yeah, I think we got through the whole week. Do you have any parting wisdom for the half a dozen people that watch our pod? I know it's more than that. But.
Not really. Love you.
All right. Well, Brian Powers has been my guest. I'm Fido Kennington, and I'll have you back in a week that'll be episode 8 next week. Maybe Powie will be back with us.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Ocho.
Perhaps. I'm probably going to crack another bottle of this. Not a sponsor, but it is delish. So thanks for tuning in for one more week. Remember to put your 2 lips together and kiss that subscribe button. What's the advice?
Play hard, play fair, nobody hurt.